Okay, here are some reminders about the U phase. Understand the process or problem. I know for a lot of you, when you get to the U phase in the launch cycle, there's a little bit of frustration because there's a lot to be done. But you need to remember this about the U phase. This is maybe one of the most important phases because it's where you learn a new skill. Like maybe for this one, you're learning a new skill about iMovie, stop motion, green screen, lighting, sound, something related to your film. And this is where you need to do really accurate research to become an expert on your topic. We need to know that you know your topic inside and out. So when you create your short film and you work on the other phases, you work on your storyboard and you work on your screenplay, that we know that it is, number one, accurate information, and number two, that you are an expert on the topic of history and on film creation. So this is broken down into 5 parts for the U phase. Remember, you're going to set deadlines for each phase. So you're going to start and decide how long is it going to take us to walk through a Power Standard module. So you need to complete 1 or 2, whatever you think you need, Power Standard modules in science or social studies to become an expert on your topic. Make sure you get a guide sheet first and you follow it. For basic knowledge, you're either going to watch the videos or read the websites and articles and take notes, and then do the text entry paragraph in Canvas of what you learned to check your mastery level. Once that is assessed by an advisor, you're going to do the practice section where it'll tell you to complete 1 or 2 activities out of however many there are. The activities do not get turned into Canvas, but when you're done, you go to the back page and do the checkpoint. You talk through the checkpoint with an advisor, and that's what gets turned in for the practice section. Finally, you will then take all this new knowledge and application that you've done and apply it to your project. You will submit a discussion post about how are you going to apply this module or this Power Standard to your film. You will also start your bibliography. Mrs. McMahon in Humanities is going to be talking to you about a Google Doc Easy Bib add-on that makes creating a bibliography super easy. So look for that coming in Humanities. Then you begin your history research. You go to the page 2 of the project planning sheet and you narrow down your history questions to probably 3 or 4 key questions that you need to do some extensive research on and make sure it's accurate. Now remember, you're going to want to, these will be available, these research things where you find, 3 different sources where all the information, the important details, the key points agree, and then how are you going to apply this to your film or to your project? For example, if I was looking at the lunar orbit, I might go to NASA and do some research on that. I might double check with a YouTube video if that's accurate. And then some people like to start on a general search engine like Google or Bing or Wikipedia. And you always want to double check your facts in your note taking to make sure that it is accurate, that it agrees, and that dates and people and times and key points and facts line up. Once you're done with Part B and you've met with an advisor to get that checked off, you'll set a deadline for C, and now you'll start doing some research on technology and film creation. Maybe your group decided you wanted to do an iMovie or a stop motion or use the green screen. Maybe you needed to learn more about lighting and sound. Now, Mr. Carter, Mrs. McMahon's friend, will be coming in the week of February 11th, 12th, and again the following week to start to work with you both in Chill Time and in Humanities on some film features like camera angle and shot frame and lighting and sound and those types of things. So you'll get some of the research here, but you should also do some on your own by narrowing down your questions on page 2 once again. When that's done, you'll add to your bibliography, meet with an advisor, and set a deadline for D. D is now sharing your information, sitting down as a group at a table, at a collaboration station, and going through your research notes and sharing with each other one at a time, being a great listener, respecting questions for clarifying at the end, and then completing your final bibliography, compiling everything from your Power Standard module to your history research to your technology and film research into one well-organized bibliography that is in alphabetical order and has a hanging indent. That means the first line is all the way over to the left, and the lines that follow are indented slightly. Then finally, you make sure all research notes, all evidence is uploaded to your shared Google Drive folder. You get that signed off by an advisor, and by February 15th, you make sure you have met with an advisor for a final reflection meeting. You are going to fill out the mid-project reflection. The link is right here in Canvas, and you will discuss that with an advisor before you submit it. That's done individually. Then you're going to go to your Power Standard Google Sheet and update that for not only the quarter tracking, but also where's your mastery level at some of these standards at this point. And then you submit a link to your Google Drive folder into the U-Phase in Canvas. So right here in Canvas, you will submit a link, and then you'll have an advisor meeting where we'll re-talk about your mastery level reflection on the mid-project Google form. We'll talk about your Power Standard Google Sheet, and we'll look at your evidence that is in Google Drive. On the U-Phase, you will get assessed in 4 areas. Once you turn in that link and we've had a meeting, I will assess you on, are you able to locate information and other resources using effective research strategies? Do you demonstrate creativity by using multiple resources? Again, are you just watching videos? Are you just going to Wikipedia? If so, you probably don't have enough evidence on use of multiple resources. Are you using feedback from teachers and peers to guide your learning? Do you get advice on your research notes? If an advisor tells you that you need more sources or you need better notes, are you getting help with that? And then finally, are you gathering information from credible sources? Again, Wikipedia isn't always the most accurate. Just a random Google search or Bing search isn't always the most accurate. So are you going to expert organizations like NASA or other places to get credible, good information and then create a well-organized bibliography? So that is our U-Phase for our Film Fest 2019. Again, if you have any questions or need any help, be a great advocate for your learning. Advisors would love to sit down with you and help you with note-taking, help you find good sources, help you organize good research notes, and help you create and organize a great bibliography. Best of luck with the U-Phase, becoming an expert on the Power Standard module or modules, the history research, and the technology and film creation.